Also, thanks for coming all the way.
So the Taoiseach is just going to say a few short words about the meeting. There's a chance for a couple of questions and then we'll have to head on. But Taoiseach would like to start.
Yeah, well, just first of all, I'm sure you appreciate that this is a very sensitive issue and we're at a very sensitive stage at the moment. So I won't be able to go into too much detail. I think sometimes at this point in negotiations or discussions, the less said the better. But what I can say is that I had a very good meeting today with the Prime Minister and our teams together. Very positive and very promising. And I am now absolutely convinced that both Ireland and Britain want there to be an agreement. That's in the interests of Ireland and the United Kingdom and the European Union as a whole. And I do see a pathway towards an agreement in the coming weeks. There are, of course, issues yet to be fully resolved. The first is the issue of consent and democracy, ensuring that any long-term arrangement that applies to Northern Ireland has the consent of the people of Northern Ireland. The second is the whole issue of customs, ensuring that there is no customs border between North and South. And also we had a good discussion looking forward to how relationships might look after Brexit, how we can strengthen cooperation North and South economically and politically, and also between Britain and Ireland. So next steps, of course, are for the United Kingdom government to engage with the European Commission. We expect that will happen tomorrow with a meeting involving Stephen Barclay and Michel Barnier, and also we'll need to consult and engage with the Commission as well. But what I would hope is that what's happened today will be sufficient to allow negotiations to resume in Brussels.
Sure. Taoiseach, you spoke about you see a pathway to a deal. How long is that pathway going to take? Will it be a short one to next Thursday night in Brussels, or is it going to go on for several months? And also, what kind of concessions are the other side making in this?
You know, in terms of how long it will take, I can't predict that with any certainty, but I think all sides would like there to be an agreement next week at the Council if possible, and obviously there's a further deadline after that, which is the 31st of October, so I would say a short pathway rather than a long one, but it's impossible to predict that for sure. You know, in terms of concessions, you know, I don't think this should be seen in the context of who's making concessions or who the winners and losers are. I don't think that's the game any of us want to play. What this is about is securing an agreement that works for the people of Ireland and also the people of Britain and Europe. And if it works for the people of Ireland, what it means is avoiding a hard border between North and South. That's always been our primary objective, ensuring that the all-island economy can continue to develop and that North-South cooperation, as envisaged by the Good Friday Agreement, can resume. Those are our objectives, and this has always been about achieving those objectives, and I think today they can be achieved.
Taoiseach, by short pathway do you mean before October 30th? And did Boris Johnson put forward different proposals today, especially around regulatory alignment and the customs issue? Yeah, as I say, you know, we agreed not to get into the details of any proposals or discussions made, but on the timeline question, I think it is possible for us to come to an agreement to have a treaty agreed to allow the UK to leave the EU in an orderly fashion and to have that done by the end of October. But there is many a slip between cup and lip and lots of things that are not in my control.
But does it remain the Irish government position that in effect Northern Ireland will have to be effectively a Northern Ireland the only backstop in some shape?
It remains our position that there can't be a hard border between North and South. And we must continue to have a situation whereby the all-island economy can continue to deepen and function well.
Can you say if there's anything new or tweaked from the Prime Minister today?